Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho YouTube channel. I want first of all to thank my God for having been very good to me. I'm alive, I'm kicking, and I'm healthy, and I don't take that one for granted. I know it has taken the able hand of God. And today, I had a very wonderful time with one of the greatest minds that we have in the Republic of Kenya. And I met a gentleman by the name Mr. Waithaka. Waithaka happens to be one of the leaders in an organization which is called Britain. And he really spoke for about 2 hours. And I'm telling you, the talk was a game changer. His talking was a game changer. And I thought, and personally, I like keeping on thinking and sharing with you people a lot of things. I thought it was important for me to come and share with you a few things pertaining to what he told us. Thank you. So, this gentleman by the name Mr. Waithaka, he shared with us a few things. And I thought it was also very, very important for me to come and share with you so that we can see whether we can make things move on well. Has it ever bothered you to know why some people succeed the way they do? Some people literally succeed. Whatever they touch, they succeed. Whatever they do, they succeed. While others, they are only spectators in their lives. God never created a spectator. God never created, I want to repeat those words, that God never created a spectator. As a matter of fact, God created all of us as co-workers in his kingdom. The question is that will be coming to you this morning, this particular afternoon. And I want to ask you this question with a lot of, I have no ill feelings. I am actually a Kenyan who likes thinking outside the box. We are talking about reconnecting with your goals. We normally say a goal properly set is half reached. So once you set the goal that you want to achieve in life, automatically everything else comes to a standstill and actually sings and resonates with the dream and the goal that you have set for your life. Some of us people out there, the only thing that we know best is to complain. There is no money. This is the campaign year. For information, there are some individuals today who are actually seizing the opportunity, and they know by the end of this electioneering period, there will be multi-millionaires. Others, it is like in life, it's all about what you see. Have you set your goal? And remember, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. So if you don't design your own life plan, I like this. That if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. So you must first of all define what it is that you want to achieve in this world of God. And as it has been echoed by greatest scholars in the world, including my brother, Mr. Waithaka, the head of Little in Blitter, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So if you're not cognizant of where your destination is, believe you me, any road will take you there. And after all, wherever you are, that one becomes your destination. So one of the things that you must do is to set a clear goal. What is it that you want to achieve? Even when I told people about Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, our dream, our goal, we are not just putting money for the sake of putting money. And I want to put it categorically clear to everybody, to all and sundry, that even when we came together as Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, we came in so that we can be able to make maximum returns out of what we call a pooled resources point of view. So my thinking is not just a normal thinking. I'm trying to think outside the box so that all of us can come into congruence and we agree that we are out for a common purpose. And that is what we call the meeting of the minds. So one of the things, stop setting conservative goals. They will never impact you on your intended lifestyle. So don't just, I've been telling people, if you set the bar too low, that is not a dream. That is not a goal. A goal or a dream should be waking you up at night. Like now the dream I have, I can't afford to be on my bed at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm always awake. It has already become part of my lifestyle. So we are saying stop setting conservative goals. Set a goal that rambles your mind, that wakes you up in the wee hours of night. That when others are busy snoring and making children, you are busy trying to look on the avenues and strategies that you can use and the model that you can use to be able to achieve this particular goal that wakes you up. And this is a goal that you don't just go sharing with mediocrity. You do not just share it with mediocre people. People who always come and tell you they dreamt having been drowned by River Shania. They dreamt having been drowned by River Yara. So anybody whom you hear having dreamt of a dream occasioning his death, that's an expired individual. And you should be you must be very wary of expired drugs, because expired drugs, they are poisonous, because they have gone beyond the purpose for which they were actually manufactured for. Those drugs, they were manufactured so that they can heal a particular ailment. But once they go beyond that particular date of expiry, they become poisonous. There are some people in your life that you must drop. And I'm saying it as a professional without fear again. There are some individuals in your life who have actually been a liability on you. When you go with them somewhere, you have to fill the car on their behalf. You have to give them food. You have to buy them lunch. You have to buy them dinner. And as you part, they still ask you for what you call 1,000 or 2,000. These are the people that you can't afford to actually associate yourself with. These are people who are called liabilities. People who don't add value to you. They are your liabilities. And I've been telling, I don't mind. Even if somebody labeled me a proud person, I have said in the past, that I'm repeating it again now without any fear, that anybody who does not make you add value, if there is no value add, you have no business being with that particular person. Intention without action is an insult to those who expect the best from you. So when people look at you, what do they see? Are you trying to exhibit what we call symptoms or characteristics of a successive individual, or are you trying to exhibit characteristics of a failure? God has given you the freedom to choose. Even I normally tell people, you are addressed the way you are addressed. Like, you can't confuse me with somebody without money. I'm not loud, but I look money anyway. If you can't see that I look married, you have a problem. The problem is not me, because I already know how I'm looking like. And I have always told people I don't require people's approval. So one of the things is that intention without action. You cannot be saying you join Quest Pinnacle. This is now the 5th month. We started in November, June, November, December, January, February, March. 5th month. You've been saying you'll join. The greatest assassinator of dreams is procrastination. Some of us people, we have become experts of procrastination. Postponing an idea whose time has come. And when other people succeed, you are the first one to go saying they have already shifted their loyalty from Christianity to other ungodly things. Because failure have always a soft way of actually consoling themselves. Oh my goodness. Intention without action is an insult to those who expect the best from you. There are some people that God has given them a chance of being either a very senior person in an organization, or in a very strategic place where you do a lot of businesses, but you are no different from somebody who is disadvantaged by the location of his business. Why? You don't look any better. You are like the 7 fat cows that were eaten by the 7 fat cows that were eaten by the 17 cows by the remained thing. So are you changing? Is your life a game changer? Are you changing your life? What is it that you're doing to change your life? Or you're just there waiting for things to happen? Miracles don't just happen. If you leave, for instance, if you left something on the table and there is nobody else to attend to it, definitely, unless there was an earthquake, you'll still find it there. So tomorrow can only be better if you're doing something today, which is different from what you have done all along in the past. So miracles don't just happen. We say, listen to this. And I want all of you people listening to me to be very keen on this. We say there will never be a perfect time to pursue your dreams and goals. Just do it. Don't keep on telling us that you want the next president to come and occupy State House. Come on. The occupant of State House has nothing to do with you. As long as you have peace and tranquility, as long as the person seated there has given us what we call an enabling environment for us to do what we know best, let me tell you, it does not matter from which tribe the president comes from. I have told you in the past, I was there during the senior Jomo Kenyatta. I was there during Moi's time. I was there during President Kibaki's time. And for information, Kibaki is my neighbor. My father comes from Modaya, a place called Kairote, and Kibaki comes from Dogori. And we used to take our tea in the same tea buying center, which is called the Tea Factory. But that never changed my economic status. What has changed my economic status is what I do as Paul Kebicho. Because nobody will come and propel you to achieve your dream. The farthest you can take a cow is to the river, but the decision of taking the water is cows. Oh my goodness. Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan. You wish you can have a good car, Daniel Kamau. You wish you can have a good house, Mr. James Masharia. You wish that you can have a good car, Madam Sari Peter. Miracles don't just happen. I'm telling you, I'm even a little bit disturbed by those radio stations. Every radio station nowadays is giving people what you call a platform of gambling, because I call it gambling. You must work. You must use your hearts. Even my director knows this. Mr. Onesmus Waiguru, you know this, that you must work hard in order to deliver the results. So we are saying all our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan. You must have a plan. What is it that you're intending to achieve in life? When we sat down with Mr. Director Onesmus Waiguru, we said, we have seen others, what they can do. Why can't we become now better than those other people? And that is why we sat down, not because we were economically impoverished. No, we still do what we knew before we started Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Don't confuse us with that. No, we are not starting from where we started. We are starting Quest Pinnacles, but before that, I was still learning Panorama Consulting Company Limited. I was still learning Panorama College of Business Studies. I was still learning Panorama Barbershop. I was still learning a few other things, Keepmark Insurance Agency. But the thing is, we have to sit down and evaluate the alternatives. What is it that you can do that may bring home what we call symbiotic relationship, that may bring home what we call synergy. So, and I thought, let us come together. Some people who watch me, who are even watching me right now, they were there when this company was being formed, Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, and they are fence sitters. They are still sitting there giving so many excuses. Let's see what Kebisha will do. Let me tell you, you don't have to fit into my plan. My plan is my plan. Your plan is your plan. And but when we bring our minds together and we see what we can do to become better, that's what we call value add. So are you there? And you have not made a vehicle that will take you there in terms of a plan, please think twice. You must reach your goals. How do you reach your goals? Those people who succeed, you saw the other day, and I thank God for Eliud Kipchoge who said, no human is limited. Nobody is limited in this world of God. No human is limited. And I'll continually give this story of Ferdinand Omanyala. Mr. Ferdinand Omanyala, the 26-year-old man, Kenyan man, he was playing rugby, but at one point, during the uncommon hours of God, he realized that the speed he uses to play rugby can be transferred into another place and become a better person. As we speak right now, he's the fastest 100 meters learner in the whole of Africa. And he's number 8 globally. The other day, he received an endorsement of millions of shillings. Why? He's the same individual, same legs, same morphology, same anatomy, same general physique, but he was able to realize why God brought him into this universe. Are you there and you have been working without a plan? Are you there and you have never identified what your major definite purpose is in this world of God? You are actually operating outside what we call the manufacturer's manual. Turn to your manufacturer's manual, Mr. Jared Akara. Turn to your manufacturer's manual, Mr. Onesmus, my director. So we become what we want to be by listen to this. Oh my goodness, I'm on fire. We become what we want to be by consistently aligning ourselves with what we want to become. We become what we do consistently. Do you want to be? Why do you think runners, athletes, they keep on running? When you people, you are busy sleeping and eating like the world is coming to an end. When some of you subscribe to the philosophy of Heine, clearing and forwarding, whatever comes your way, as long as they can be shielded, you are putting it into your mouth and eating. There are others who are choosing because they have realized the form that they are in can only be enhanced by observing what we call diet. So, and because they know what they want in life, so they subscribe to what we call eating healthy foods. Some of us people, we don't care. And let me tell you, that aspect of not caring, time is coming, Madam Keru Amboy, time is coming, Mr. Keru Amboy, time is coming. And believe you me, people, I don't know how many of you take a bit of time to ask, what does this statement mean? That choices have consequences. And I have told people in the past that if you go to heaven and God directs you to hell, God is not actually punishing you by taking you to hell. God is only enabling you. He's becoming an enabler of your choice. You chose to go there. If you find yourself becoming penniless in this full of world of opportunities, it is not that the world is bad. It is because you have not been able to identify the avenue and the plan that can put money into your pocket. Let's get out of this labyrinth. We must to succeed in life, and this is what I want to dwell on this, Mr. Onesmus Waiguru, Keru Amboy, and the rest. I want to dwell on this. Some of us people, we are ladderless in life. We are planless. We do not have any plan in our lives. Believe you me, we operate as if the universe must go in our direction. There's something called disruptions. We must avoid distractions. Some of us people, somebody calls you, take me to Nakuru. You are there because you are available. Because you have got no engagement. You have no plan of your life. You have no idea what you want in this life. And therefore, you have time to waste. You have
You're always available. You're always available for whoever calls you. Take me for a wedding, you're available. Take me for a goat eating, you're available. Take me for Udoni, you're always available. I'm not saying that being available is bad. There's something I've been discussing about which is called social capital. Social capital is key because you must have associations, you must have affiliations. But those affiliations, you must ask yourself, okay, I require to have this kind of affiliation. But is it really, am I putting my time where I'm valued or where my time is valued? Now, we must avoid distractions. Listen to this. Imagine a parent going to school. Oh, one distraction. You are there, you are a parent. And I've talked about this on a number of occasions. The schools have closed right now. Our children are at home because they are going for the long holiday. You have 7 weeks, approximately 7 weeks. You can imagine yourself accompanying your child, not because you have a duty to take your child to school, but to go looking for the principal to explain to him why you will not pay school fees for your child. Oh my goodness. You can imagine now following your child whom you knew was going to go to school come 7 weeks down the line. You have not been admitted in hospital. You have not been a prisoner, either at Kamete Maximum Prison, Naivasha Digididi, or Kengongo Prison. And here you are accompanying your daughter or your son to school to go looking for the principal to explain to him why he should give you more time to go looking for money. Those are the kind of distractions in life that do not add up. That time that you're taking your child to school, you ought to have made the arrangements long time ago. You ought to have even made arrangements, go to school, do whatever you want to do. And believe you me, even your own child pities you. It's only that they can't tell you. It's not right. It is not right. It is not right. I'm telling you this. Let's level up our priorities. Let's level up. Sometimes today is Friday, and I'm saying it without any fear. Today is Friday. Go along our bypasses. Cars will be parked. And some of us, we go parking our cars, which are on loans anyway, where we had only put enough fuel. The car has, even the light for the fuel is still on as you drive towards a pub to go and take beer, as if it is what will sustain your life so that you don't die. You have not even met your priorities, but you can afford to take your car, fuel your car, drive from here. Maybe you come all the way from Kikuyu, you go to Kamakis. Maybe you come all the way from a place called Murogo, you come to Kamakis to take beer, when you have not even prioritized your issues. You are a total example of a failure, and I have no apologies to say. Let all of us level up our priorities. Like, no, the members of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, I salute all of you because you have been so loyal to this. You have been so committed to this particular agenda. And thank you very much for those who have been sending me texts telling me that they have already been able to be realigned. Their finances are getting realigned. And they have seen the need to pay themselves first, because majority of you watching me right now, you have never paid yourself. And I have explained this concept of paying yourself many, many times. I'm not going to repeat it today. So let me tell you, you must, when the doctor tells you that you have a serious ailment and he prescribes you some drugs, which are normally written 2 times 3, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. If you take all of them at the same time, believe you me, God in heaven will not spare you. You'll actually die, and when you die, you know where you belong. So just like you religiously follow the prescription of the doctor so that you may live long in this world of God, the same commitment is expected of you in your priorities. Can you prioritize your things? Can you become organized? Can you start asking yourself, what am I supposed to do first? What am I not supposed to do? So those that you can do, don't worry what people say about you. There are those people who say that you don't mingle with people. Fine. It is not written you have to mingle with them anyway. It is not a life requirement anyway. So why should you bother with things that are not value adding? Work for what you want and manage distractions. I was very happy when our boss today told us that somebody paid him a visit in his house. Of course, he lives in those areas, we refer to as high-end areas. So somebody came, and the owner of the house had removed his shoes comfortably because, of course, either parquet or carpet. And somebody with his dirty shoes, wherever he was, notwithstanding, he comes and he wants to enter into his house in such a manner. And he told him, excuse me, if the owner, I'm the one who built this house, spent my 40 million shillings to put up my house, and I can dare remove my shoes, who are you? If you can't be able to fit into my program, into what I do, get out of my house and go and do other things. Some people will interpret that to be pride. This is not pride. You must. And again, he gave us a very good example that somebody entered into his Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and he found him playing some very, very favorable music for him, music that makes him happy. But the guy who entered was busy in the dashboard trying to change the music, and he was asking, my friend, you cannot come interrupting with my life. After all, it is my car. If you think that you need to listen to your own music, buy your own car as well. So you can't just come and disrupt my life. I have a way of life. You cannot come telling me, Kebisha, why are you mashing your tie and your suit and what have you and your watch? That is my planning should not actually should not be distracted by your planning. Be yourself. So we are saying work for what you want and manage distractions. Say no to distractions so that you can say yes to your destiny. When you avoid these many distractions in your life, are you out there and you want to build a house? Why are you getting distracted? You have gone to the forest to hunt for an elephant, but along the way you had only maybe two bullets. Along the way you meet a squirrel and you shoot the squirrel when your purpose of going to the field to the world was to get an elephant. Those are the kind of distractions we are talking about. And most of us people do not have enough guts to tell people no. Me, I'll say no, even if it doesn't go, even if it may not inconveniences you. Remember, I had a plan, and I'm not allowed to be controlled by what we call extraneous variables. I have a life to lead. Stay focused and say no to distractions, and you'll accomplish your goals faster. How many of you people, most of the times, you find yourselves not being where you're supposed to be? Some of you people, you have become, let me say, you have become prisoners of other people's lives. Why? Because you have chosen it. Me, I say no. And if you think I'm proud, sorry to say this, that is my life. It is not in my manual that I have to accommodate what you want me to do. So it's about avoiding what we call distractions. And then we say, stop being distracted by things that have nothing to do with your desired lifestyle. So yes, stop those distractions that come. And of course, now alter the course of your happiness in life. Remember, nobody can cause happiness in your life. It is only you who can cause happiness in your life. It is not your husband, it is not your wife, it is not your children, it is you as an individual. Happiness comes from within. It is you who can say to become happy or not to become happy. Now, what we are saying is this: in all things, when all is said and done, you must remain decisive. Some of us, we are so poor in decision making that you can't even make a decision. Like I've been talking about Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited for the last 5 months. I have already explained to those who care to know what it is that we are doing. And I thank God for those who have gone an extra mile and have paid me a visit in my office. And they have come, some of you meeting us with our directors and discussed at length what it is that we are doing. And some of you give us money in terms of thousands of thousands. Why? Because you have seen. Because you must create time. Whatever adds value to you, you must create time for it. If an individual, who are your associates? Who are your friends? What is their mental flame like? What do they think most of the time? What does their antenna in the compass normally go to? And I have told you in many, many occasions that it does not matter where you are in the globe, the compass must always point to the north. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are actually in Jamaica, whether you are actually in Athens, Greece, whether you are actually in Munich, whether you're in Stuttgart, whether in Frankfurt, Dusseldorf, whether you're in Lustenberg, wherever you are, does not matter where you are in the world. The compass must always point to the north. Meaning, and I explain, there are what we call the basic principles of success. And one of them is this: becoming decisive in life. Don't become confused. Don't be confused, my brother, my sister. Some of us, we are so confused. Thank you so much, Madam SK. Some of us are so confused in life that even if you met them in the middle of the night and you ask them what days that they're intending to do in their lives, they have no idea absolutely. That even if God brought to you 1 billion shillings right now, what will cause you to die, it is not the aspect of getting the 1 billion, but asking yourself, what do I do with it? Whereas some of us, if that money came on our way, we already know what it is that we want to do with that kind of money. How prepared are you? We normally say opportunities only meet the prepared. Are you prepared? And remember, I have told you, you are the architect of your own destiny. It is in the moment of decision making that we shape our destinies. Some of us people, we are failures ab initio from the word go. Because you remember, I normally remind people that muscles get power with use. The more you practice, the more. And I have been telling people, I have no problem to say this. If you find Kebisha six-pack, some ladies out there, they think that men with six-pack are the best suitors in the world. I have no problem, and I'm saying it with a lot of respect. Anybody that you see with six-pack, he is busy doing a lot of gym work, but those people who are still like me, we are busy looking for money. So the choice is yours. Whether you want the six-pack, fine, it's okay. Or whether you need money in your life, the choice is yours. You must remove this element of doubt Remove that element of doubt that you don't believe in yourself. You are always there, but you lead a life of disbelief. You have been living a lie that tomorrow will be better and you're doing nothing today. And I have told you in the past that today is the tomorrow you are worried about yesterday. So if you do nothing today again, don't expect tomorrow to be better. The only thing that can make tomorrow to be better is by you doing things differently today so that you can get what we call different results tomorrow. But if you're repeating the same things that you did today or yesterday and you expect things to be better today, you have a problem and you require to be in ward 10. So don't get perplexed when you see others doing well. Those people that you see do well in life, there's a price they are paying that you're not paying. And I have told you on many occasions, no pain, no gain. You must make, believe me, you mtakashamfuguni shati ainame. Anybody desirous of succeeding. And I have told you this in the past, and I normally use my own example, perfect example. For me to become a doctor, it took me 4.5 years. I went to class for 4.5 years. I studied for 4.5 years. For me to be a lawyer, I was in class for 4 years, sitting with 23-year-old, 19-year-old. It did not matter to me what age those other students were. As a matter of fact, it was my life. It was my decision. They were not my parents' decisions. It was my decision. And therefore, I purposed to do that. When others were busy asking, why is Kebisho studying? Why is Kebisho? Kebisho has got 3, 4, 5 degrees. What are they for? I was not studying for you who is watching me today. I was not doing those degrees for you. I was doing the degrees for myself. And that is why I have the audacity to even come before Camera like this. I can even come before millions of people and comfortably share with you this information because I do not suffer from what we call information scarcity syndrome. Those people without ideas in their mind, they discuss. We normally say simple minds discuss what? Others. They discuss gossip. Average minds, they discuss the locality, but greater minds discuss ideas. That is where I belong. Some of us, it is quite unfortunate. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. All of you watching me today here, remember you were a young child, and the question was, what do you want to become when you grow up? Some of you say doctors. Even now, you are still saying what you want to become when you grow up, even at your advanced age. What a waste of resources. What a waste of resource. You cannot be saying, when I ask my daughters, what do you want to become? One of them tells me, Daddy, I want to become a lawyer. Another one, Daddy, I want to become a neurosurgeon. Daddy, I want to become a phlebotomist. Daddy, I want to become an oncologist. Fine. Those children, they have a reason to say so. And I really appreciate because that is where they belong. And the Bible says, when I was a child, Madam Madrin Kamau, all the way from Ohio, when I was a child, I was thinking like a child. But now I'm a grown-up person. When will you grow up? And I have been telling people, growing old is mandatory. Note that at the line and put it in bold and in italics. Growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. It is up to you because even a fool today is growing old. Even we are all growing old, irrespective of our levels of understanding. We are all growing old, but growing up is optional. Are you still arguing the same way you argued in primary school? Are you still arguing in the same way you argued in when you were a bachelor or a spin sitter? When you had no responsibilities, when you had no child who was demanding a blade from you, a sausage from you, a cornflake from you, a Weetabix from you, are you arguing the same way? If you are arguing the same way, you're in the wrong universe. You become a product of your own decisions. You must say no to what has been distracting your life. You must now embrace what we call the Confucius theory of constructive destruction theory. Constructive destruction theory. Do away with what is not working for you. Embrace what is working for you. You are basically a product of your own mind. And remember, I wish our brothers and sisters, Muslim, from the Muslim religion, you can see when time comes for them to pray, they pray 5 times in a day. It does not matter. I'm a lecturer in a university, and when time comes for them to go and play, they carry their mat and they go and pray. Christians, we think that we know too much. If I have personally an experience where somebody wanted to get something from a Muslim shop. But because it was time for prayers, he told the person, no, I will not compromise my faith to make money. But for a Christian, wanajua kuja kwanza tufanye biashara. And that is why it's quite, we are not so committed even to our own God. We are not committed even to our own God. I'm telling you, some of us people, we are so trivial. And I've been telling people, petty people manage petty cash. If you find yourself becoming so petty that even in your house, you give your wife 1,000 shillings, but you want her to account everything, we are even going for 20 shillings or 30 shillings. That's what we call scarcity mentality. We must learn to live. Time has come for us to live what we call Time has come for us to leave from what we call the swimming pool for babies, and we plunge ourselves into the deep end of the swimming pool where mature men and men meet. Being decisive is a sure bet to becoming a better you. You must learn to make decisions. I want to salute all those people. I'm not talking like this because so far I have 160 members of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. I first of all thank all of you who have actually subscribed and taken my advice seriously, because there must be a leader. Who is a leader? And sometimes even now during this election period, who are we going to elect? When I hear people complaining of the leader that they have, the question is, who put that leader in that particular position? Weren't you part of the process? So a leader must give direction. A leader must guide. A leader must show the way. And I believe I'm such a leader personally. And that is why I have unequivocally said, and I have said it without iota of doubt, that God willing, in the year 2032, I'll be fighting for presidency. That's what I can say. I know internet never forgets, and I'm saying it here. As long as my God keeps me alive, as long as my God keeps me healthy, in the year 2032, God willing, I'll fight for presidency. It's only that I don't have money even now. If I had somebody to sponsor me for this seat, and I'm saying it to my very viewers, if I had somebody to sponsor me for this seat, if I had the financial muscle, I could have fight for the presidency in the Republic of Kenya. Don't ask me why don't I start with an MCA? That is your thinking. I'm past that level of MCA. Somebody may ask me, why don't you become an MP? Don't ask me that. I know we have those positions, but I'm saying come the year 2032, God willing, I'll be fighting for the presidency. And I hope you people watching me today, Mr. Daniel Kamau, God keeping you alive, you'll give me a vote. Mr. James Masharia, God keeping you alive, you'll give me a vote. Madam Sari Peter, I'm praying by telling you to give me a vote in 2032. I'm even praying for God to give you a longer life. So I hope Jared Akara, wherever you are, Kelu Aboy, wherever you are, James Masharia, thank you very much. SK, Modoni Wakamau, you'll be able to give me that vote come the year 2032. I'll fight for that. I'm telling you, it is only that I don't have the financial muscle. I have not stolen anybody's money, and I will not steal. If I'll not be having that enough money, then God forbid, I'll not even fight, because I'm not going to steal to fight for a position. And the problem with us people, sometimes we sit down and ask ourselves, and let me first of all digress a little bit. Why should I spend? For instance, let me show you how we propagate corruption. How we propagate corruption, even to our own children. Like now, I have a Form 4 doing KCSE, and I have a Standard 8 doing KCPE. I have not told them that I'll buy them phones. No, they should know that is their duty to perform in class. That was like my daughter was asking me this morning, because I'm the one who dropped her in school. No more school busing now. Buses coming to our areas because it is KCSE time, KCP time. Dad, so you have told me many times that if I do well, Equity Foundation can come in, KCB can come in. And I told her, my daughter, yes, just get 450 marks out of 500. Equity will be there for you to sponsor you. And after that, once you do very well again in high school, Equity will be there even to look for what you call Ivy League universities. And I'm telling you this. I'm telling you, we cannot corrupt even our children. The question is this, that every prudent person of reasonable minds should ask himself or herself, why should I spend 200 million shillings to fight for a job that is giving me 60 million shillings by the end of my five-year term? It goes without saying, that is where we have compromised the system, because we are giving somebody to give you a kickback. That is where we bring in what we call relationships, girlfriends and boyfriends coming to tether, so that we can get our money back. I am telling you, thank you very much, Mr. James Masharia, for confirming that I have got your vote 100%. May God bless you. Thank you so much, Madam Sally Peter, and go ahead, Doctor. Thank you so much. And I know I'll get, as we progress, once I deliver for you people, especially you members of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, once I deliver home what we call the returns on investment, I know you'll become my chief campaign manager. So the question is, why should I go spending money? I want to listen with you people wherever you are. So we know the salary of an MP is 1 million shillings per month. So 1 million times 12 is 12 million. 12 million times 5 is 60 million shillings. But I'm spending 100 million shillings to go for that job. What does that one tell you? Where will they get money to compensate themselves from? That is why we now start planting what we call the seed of corruption. And the seed of corruption is actually propagated in so many areas and fields I'll not explain today. Let's go back to where we belong. We are saying regret. Oh my goodness. Once again, I come back to all of you. Regret is our punishment for taking the wrong decision. You have been having a boyfriend out there. This boyfriend has been eating your money. You are a lady, you are a beautiful girl, but you have a boyfriend who is like a parasite. You take him out, you buy him food, you buy him clothes, you buy him airtime, you give him pocket money. Come on, are you raising up a child and you are still there saying he'll grow up? I have told you that growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. You cannot start on that footing and you expect to have a lasting marriage. The moment you start spoon feeding that young Kenyan who is called a man in quotes, because I don't think I should be a man who should be sponsored by my girlfriend. No way. When am I disabled in the first place? Don't I have my brains? Don't I have my hands? Don't I have my legs? It's quite unfortunate. And we have parents who are watching me today, Mr. Onesmus and the rest. We are bringing up a very lost generation. We must make our children become responsible. We must train them to become responsible. And that's our duty. So we are saying regret is our punishment for taking the wrong decision. Most of us people, you have taken the wrong decisions. You have been in a very abusive marriage for the last 10 years, and you are still there. And in a final analysis, you are a bludgeoned dead, and you are killed, and you are maimed. And you are still there talking about because of my children. You are not the first one to leave a home. You are not the first one. Actually, as a matter of fact, you can't enter into the Guinness Books of Records as the first person to be divorced. I'm not propagating that people get divorced. But if you have been in an abusive marriage, what are you doing there? Either your husband is not your oxygen, your wife is not your oxygen. As a matter of fact, it is because we got the fundamentals wrong. We got the basics wrong. And I've been telling people, what are the characteristics? What should you consider before you actually commit yourself into a lifelong marriage? You need to know the kind of a person that you're marrying to. We have some people basically who are out there to actually exploit you. They are on an exploitation mission to come and eat your money. And once they sink you down, they run away and they look for another partner and they start now actually doing some very funny things before you. I'm saying this. We must address the basics. So regret, remember, regret is our punishment for taking the wrong decision. You have been in your courtship, you got beaten 5 times by that girlfriend. So you got slapped 5 times. And you're telling me that you go ahead. It is better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. If the person is not adding up in matters basic, what makes you think that this individual become a good person when you enter, you walk down the aisle and you take the vows? Come on, think twice. And I'm telling you, dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. So regret. Some of us, we are regretting. Some people have not even joined us in Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited because theirs is, as I said initially, is to become fence sitters. I'm not the only fund manager in the world I know because I have some individuals. I can be able to read the back of some people's minds. Does Kebisho think he's the only doctor in the world? Yes, Kebisho, this person talking is the only one in the world. We don't have another Kebisho. We may share the same name, Dr. Kebisho, but the genome makeup, the genetic makeup, the individual me is me, and there is no one else in this world apart from me. And I'm not here to advance the interest of other individuals. I'm here to represent and advance the interests which are mine. What do I mean by this? So if I know what we should do, if you evaluate and realize what you should do can add value to you, please join us. Don't hesitate to join us. We make money together because regret is our punishment for taking the wrong decision. You must command your giant capacity. Everybody in this world of God, there's something that God put in you. Like me, I'm a motivational speaker for those who don't know. I have done so many motivation sessions. I have even lost count. I thank God. If you go to Yetu Sako, I have done motivations there. If you go to Wananchi Sako, I have done it. If you go to Biashara Sako, I have done it. If you go to Kabarak University, I have done it. If you go to Egerton, I have done it. Barclays, Cooperative, Equity, Empire Feeds, I have done for even Halabi Sako. I have done even for Baburi. I have done for Nairobi County Government, Tana River County Government, Laikipia County Government, Nyandarua County Government, Center for Mathematics, Science and Technology in Africa. I have done, I'm telling you, I have lost even count. I have done for so many of them. I have done for Kera for 6 consecutive sessions. 6, some in Nairobi, others in Left River. I have done. I'm one of the greatest motivational speakers that the world has ever produced. I am an author, and these books is an evidence. All the books that you can see, if you can be able to see them, all these books, among others that I can't be able to display wherever they are, I'm the author of all these books. I'm an author by excellence. Again, I'm a preacher. I've preached in so many churches. Like I told you last Sunday, I was preaching at Christ the King, Changombe in Kitengela. I have preached at Kahawa Sukari. I have preached at PCS and Kadhibat, Nyamashaki. I have preached at PCA Umoja. I have preached at PCA Unity. I have preached at ACK Kagemi, ACK St. Faith, ACK Waidaka. ACK Kagemi. I have done it. I'm a preacher and I thank God for that. I'm a man of many hearts. And I thank God for that. And I have no apologies. If anything, when I go in my house, even here, I just thank my God for making me to be the person I am. I believe I'm multi-talented. And I thank God for that. I'm a man of many hats. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm anyway. And I thank God for that. Why? Because God has given you. God will never give you less hours in a day because you come from a poor family. God will never make you inhale and exhale carbon monoxide when others are inhaling and exhaling what you call oxygen. No, God has given us an equal opportunity. It is what you do with what God has given you that makes you become the person you want. Who said that you must be employed forever? You can't be employed forever. Even those people who are employed one day for information, one day will leave that particular job that they work for. Those people are so proud because they're employed in big offices. We have seen them. They come and personalities go, but institutions remain. And a good example, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki left State House. Moi left State House. Even our president, as much as we love him, he's going to leave State House. At one time, and all of us, by the end of the day, we shall leave this world. But the question is, what will you have done? What mark will you have made in this particular world of God? Why did I take this route of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited? Like now, I've just come back with certificates. These certificates are normally printed in Dubai. I've just come with now, including mine, because I'm not a leader. You see, a leader is not, we normally say a leader is not mean. Even my certificate, you can see, despite me being the chairman and the leader of this particular team, I'm number 81. I'm number 81. You can see I'm not number one. Some of us would have gone for number one. That is not leadership. A leader should not be greedy. A leader should not be mean. These are certificates for my clients that I've just arrived. So I have another one here for somebody you can see without mentioning their names. This is for another director that I have. Onesimus Waiguru is a director in this particular company. He's number 82. Number 82. So they are here. But we did not go for, we are the people. We are the people cooking. So we are the people cooking this investment. How do we start going eating in the kitchen when the recipients are hungry? As a leader, you should not be mean. Well, so let's go back to this point. Hey. Most of us aren't aware of the giant capacity they are commanding. You have something inside you that can turn around your world. God has put something in you. Do you sell tea? You can sell the best tea that anybody who thinks of consuming tea will be coming to your hotel. You can have the best accommodation facility in the world that anybody who comes from all over the world comes to put up in your place. And therefore, when you become so popular, when the demand is high, you put a premium. And that premium now sets apart from ordinary players. You become exceptional. And let me tell you, who are those outstanding people? Outstanding people, they are the people who do extraordinary things in ordinary circumstances. This man, Ferdinand Manyara, he became the fastest man from here. Moi International Sports Center, Kasalani. Today, this is the most sought after now, 100 meters. We used to talk about Bolt. Now, Bolt, in the fullness of time, Ferdinand Manyara is going to become number one. Believe you me, he broke records. He broke subsequent records in France the other day. So we say everybody has a giant. And I would recommend a book. And I will be recommending books. I remember recommending a book to all of you, which is called How Come Idiots Are Rich and I'm Not? With all your academic prowess, with all your academic papers, with your experience, you are still struggling. The way you struggled when you got your job, you are still struggling to budget for 5,000 shillings. You are still struggling to budget for 10,000 shillings. Come on, and you are 50, you are 45. I'm telling you, sure, unless God comes and commands blessings in a very unusual way, we can almost say with certainty that the die is cast. If you can't make it now when you're young, if you're 35, 45 and you're still struggling, when you're at your prime age, my brother, my sister, for those who have done what we call the agricultural economics, the law of diminishing returns, the law of diminishing returns in agricultural economics, or what I refer to as marginal rate of technical substitution, you're not doing well. You need to think. You need to come even to my office. You need to seek an appointment as fast as soon as you can by calling this number, 0713 534 65. 0713 534 65. And I want to salute all those 8 people who have booked me on Monday. On Monday, I'll be in this office from 8 to 8 in the evening. I'll be meeting 8 clients who have booked for appointments to come and see me because they need to have their life changed. And anybody desirous of making a change in life normally get what we call counsel from people who matter. From where do you seek your counsel from? Who are your contemporaries? Who are the people that you associate yourself with? Oh my goodness. Let me not go there. Start feeding your mind with positive transformational thoughts. Start now. Put your mind. Let me tell you something. Me, I don't personally, no mountain is insurmountable in my life. Personally, there is no mountain. Me, I can greet anyone in the world if given an opportunity. I have greeted my president more than 5 times. Yes. I greeted President Kibake not once, not twice. I greeted Moi not once, not twice. And those people who happen to be from Nyeri, you know that when the president used to come to Nyeri showground, I used to greet him. Why? Because once you look organized, once your brains are clear and you not have any thoughts of a terrorist, you are a genuine Kenyan. Even those people who surround you, they know how genuine you are. There are people who cannot be given somebody's daughter because by the end of the day, before you even walk for 1 kilometer, you have now turned against this daughter and you are defending this daughter because some of us have got no morals, we have no ethics. It is the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. Even those people investing their money at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, I always ask you to come and see. I'll even produce documentary evidence to prove to you that I do not keep your money in the bank account. I have told many people, and I'm repeating it again and again, that only poor people keep money in the bank. And I gave an example. If you refer to what I recorded yesterday, the thinking of a billionaire, you will see that even billionaires, they don't keep money in the bank. The only money that they maintain in the bank account is to run the current expenditure. After all, you do not have the luxury to keep money there for others to come and borrow. It's quite unfortunate. We are saying, most of us people, we are not aware of the giant that we have, that they command in their souls. Most of us people, we have not even scratched the service. You are making 15,000 shillings per day and you think you are doing so well. Oh my goodness, you can be a giant within dwarfs. You are making 15,000 shillings per day. We have somebody making 1 billion shillings per day. We have somebody making 1 trillion shillings. Like this man, the owner of Amazon Bay, Jabeso or whatever he's called, Jabeso or Jabsembo or whatever. He made the 9 trillion shillings during COVID. When people were busy working from home, he was enhancing his internet service provision that people can buy things online. As the demand for online shopping came in, he was making more money because the demand was high. That is how people size opportunities. All of us people, all of us, me included, we have not even scratched the surface. Start feeding your mind with what we call transformational thoughts. Start mastering your strength. What is your strength? What do you stand for? What is your philosophy? What do you stand for? When people see you, what do they see in you? When we talk about Eliud Kipchoge, we see marathon. When we talk about Robert Wangira, we remember boxing. When we remember Muhammad Ali, we remember what we call boxing. When we talk about Wayne Rooney's calling, Lionel Messi's calling. When we talk about this man called Cyrus Diego, the YouTube man, we see what we call javelin throwing. What do we see in you? What are you defined? How do people define you? And who gives you the honors of being defined? It is purely you. Like me, you already know, my brothers and sisters, I'm a motivational speaker. This far, unless you have a problem not to have realized that I'm a motivational speaker anyway. So by now, I expect you to have known I'm a motivational speaker. I've even said what I do and I've proved. So the question is, people know me. I have, like now on Tuesday, I'll be talking to Kenya Power people in Tana. They have invited me, courtesy of this YouTube. On 28th, I'll be in Kabarak University talking to 1,200 people, not for the first time. And I thank God for that university. I salute Professor Henry Kiplagat. I salute Professor Ronald Chepkilot. Why are they inviting me and we have other speakers? They know better. Keep charging yourself. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you must account every minute. Some of us, we are poor accountants of our time. You must account from 8 to 8. What were you doing? How much time did you spend talking about politics that are not adding value to you? You have no son, you have no daughter, you have no brother, you have no parent, you have nobody who is fighting in your family, but you spend so much time talking about UDA, talking about Shama Shakazi, Moses Kuria, talking about what we call Jubilee Reloaded, talking about fine. We all belong to those parties. We know where we belong, but that is not our main job. That is not our core business. Our core business is to ask, what can we do to improve our lives? Because when all is said and done, the responsibilities that you left in your house will be attended to you, not by UDA. I have no ill feelings about UDA anyway. I have no ill feelings about Jubilee. They are our parties anyway. And they are, after all, they are being led by Kenyans, but I have no business for that. I know where I'll vote. I already know whom to vote. These people who are asking for our votes, we know them. We know, unless you have been so ignorant not to have known them. Because some of us, we are so ignorant. You see a man of my age asking, whom do you want us to vote for? Come on. You see somebody who work in an organization, those people who are employed, asking, to pesa imeingia back, do you get paid in my account or you get paid in your account? We should stop those silly questions. Tumelipwa. Why are you working for me? Go and check whether you have money in your account if you worked for it. Don't come asking me. After all, you'll be paid your money, not my money. You'll be paid your net pay, not my net pay. So what business do you have asking me whether money imeingia? Ama kuna smoke, kuna dalili ya kulipwa? Those questions are for those people who are called petty people. Keep challenging yourself to think better, to do better, and to become better. How do you better yourself? And the problem is you are still advancing in age, and the same problems you had when you got married 20 years ago are the same problems be differing you even now, or following you even now. Surely, are you normal? Are you okay? Can't you sit down and ask yourself, where am I going wrong? I think I've spoken for too long. Let me tell you something as I wind up. Growth starts with a decision to go beyond current circumstances. Growth, not this, growth starts with a decision to go beyond current circumstances. Yes, that's what we call growth. Thank you very much, Mr. Jared Akara. We will be doing, I'll give my number at the tail end of this discussion. I have explained that one in the past, but I don't mind Mr. Jared Akara talking to you. Don't you mind? I'll give you my number. And I'm very happy for this question. What is your recommendation percentage of what to pay yourself first? Oh my God. That one I'll do. I'm looking for what you call media people to come and now shoot me as I do it on what we call the whiteboard marker, or as I do a PowerPoint presentation. But I'll be answering your question before I go. So we are saying growth starts with a decision to go beyond current circumstances. Growth starts with a decision to go beyond the current circumstances. Keep challenging yourself so that you may become unstoppable. Like me, I am unstoppable. I'm unbogable. I'm determined. I'm determined 101%. I'm focused that I'm going to deliver results for Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures investors. That one you can take it to the bank. God willing, God keeping us alive. We are now talking of 2 years, 8 months. In the next 2 years, 8 months, we shall be holding our meeting declaring what we call the dividends. Oh, and to you, if you'll not be a beneficiary of these dividends. And I'm telling you, the skies are shining for us people at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Great stuff are never achieved at comfort zone. Great stuff are never achieved at your comfort zone. You have been selling tea at Kagema, and the highest profit you have ever made is 11,000 in a month. We have other bigger towns other than Kagema. Get out of Kagema now. You have outgrown Kagema. Get out of Kagema. No, go to Mulanga town, and Mulanga, outgrow Mulanga, go to Thika. Now, from Thika, come to Nairobi, do something big. Now, attract a huge consumer base. You've been in Kalatina for too long, selling tomatoes, selling arrowroots, selling sweet potatoes, selling bananas. Now, yes, upscale. You can even upscale from Kalatina. You graduate from being a retail person now to a wholesaler. Who stops you from doing that? It is your mind. You cannot be doing the same thing. One man by the name Albert Einstein said, the greatest form of madness is doing the same thing, same way. Oh my goodness. The greatest form of madness is doing the same thing, same way, year in, year out, expecting different results. You need to interrogate yourself. Are you a mad person? Last year, you struggled paying school fees for your children. Term 2 is coming, you still struggle. And you're calling yourself a progressive mind. Is your mind really progressive? I highly doubt. I really highly doubt whether your mind is progressive. If your mind is progressive, you ought to have come up with what we call a strategy to solve that particular problem. Step out of your comfort zone and start experiencing growth. There is no single battle that has been won in the military barracks. Battles are won in the battlefield. You cannot make money by being in your compound. Actually, insulating yourself within your compound because of calamities. Get out of those. I told you last week that even tortoises, they still spread their tentacles in order for them to make the movement so that they can eat, drink, and do whatever they want to do, even to procreate. So you cannot come giving us those excuses. And I've told you in the past that excuses are the tools of the incompetent that build bridges that take you nowhere. The more excuses that you give, the more you retard in your life. Get out of that comfort zone. I've told you that battles are not won in military. Like now in Ukraine, and last year in Ukraine, battles are being fought. They're using what we call the seal approach. the sea, the earth, the air, and the land approach. So battles are being, people win battles. You'll only become a good marketer if you get out of your comfort zone and go to where those customers are. You'll never become a good teacher by remaining in your own house. Get out, go to a classroom with students and pupils and teach so that we may know how good you are. You cannot come telling us how a good singer you are, and no, you have never even produced a single song. Then what will be the parameter for us to gauge you? We can only gauge you if you produce one single song, and we now tell you you have the vocal cords, you have the voice, you can sing, you can dance for the Lord, you can do ABC. You can. This man called Mr. Ferdinand Omanyala was not actually gauged by sleeping on the bed. It was by going to the track and running and competing with fellow men. Get out of your comfort zone. You've been in your comfort zone for long. And I told you the other day, even eagles, they think better than us people. Eagles. You know, an eagle, when it gets eaglets, the young ones of an eagle are called eaglets. First of all, the eagle makes the ground, the nest very, very comfortable with very soft materials so that that soft material can produce more warmth for them to grow. But as they continually grow and they grow their wings, the mother continually removes what we call the soft layer so that the eaglet can be pierced by those thorns. So as they get pierced, they finally get out of that comfort zone and they fly. And that is how they become that they are. So similarly, get out of your comfort zone. You have been selling Uga for fashion. There's some people that I met selling newspapers. For the last 30 years, you've been selling newspapers. You know, you need to ask yourself, for 30 years, surely, selling newspapers, as passionate as the activity may be, you must by now have decided where it is that you want to put your mind and your energy in. Just push your human being. You see, just push yourself. Human beings have no elastic limit. We don't have any limit. If men are making billions, if we can have a man by the name Mr. Sir Richard Branson, who has already made space shuttles that go to the space, and one way is 30 million, two ways 60 million, and the space shuttles are full. They are fully booked until year 2035. What are you telling us? Take your mediocre minds out of our sight. Because some of us people, we are so mediocre. We think so true. We have, you can't extend your, me, I told people yesterday where I was, that I'm now contemplating of buying a helicopter. Those people who are called naysayers, they just laughed at me. And I told them, for information, I bought the most expensive car in the year 2001. And for those who come from my place, they know I bought a car which was a Pajero Intercooler Turbo 46 KEN 395L when I was only 26 years of age. I don't give a damn. Personally, the word impossible does not appear in my thesaulas. It does not appear in my vocabulary. When you think that you're not going to make it, it is not me, it is you. And there is no way you transfuse your failure into me. I thank God for that, because failure is not passed through osmosis or diffusion. Thank God for that. Welcome, Bwana Kimani Joroge, my good friend, Jeremy Kimani Joroge from USA. We talk about just push yourself, because no human brains are limited. Just push yourself. Human beings have no elastic limit. And be consistently yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. And then I come to another very, very important aspect. Some of us people will never succeed in life because we don't value time. Your time is your life. Oh my goodness. Your time is your life. When you see our accountants preparing what we call the balance sheet, all what they're trying to do in simple words is showing us how time was efficiently and effectively used in an organization. Because the reports they give to us is a product of time management. If you find Kebisho doing better than you, it is because I'm managing my time far much better than you. And when I do well, you are the first one to castigate, to cast aspersions. Kebisho is a devil worshipper. Kebisho is an Illuminati. Oh, and to you, I'm telling you sorry for that. The sky to me is no longer the limit. We are exploring other areas within what we call the planets. We are exploring, and I thank God. I'm saying we are because I'm one person who loves reading. The other day, I told you that you have a man in the USA who is surviving on a pig's heart. Some of you would not have imagined. And are you aware that we're even doing what we call the liver transplant? Are you aware that we're doing what we call the heart transplant? Not only the kidney, now we are talking about liver. And I know in the fullness of time, we'll be doing what we call the liver, and I'm forgetting the other organ. But all those organs will be transplanted. Welcome, Mr. George Kenyua. Thank you very much for being one of my friends. If you're not doing what you have, you see, your time is your life. If you're not doing what you love, you're wasting your time and money. I have told you in the past, a research has been done by great minds, scholars, that many people, 80% of people, they report where they hate most. Maybe Mr. George Kenyua wanted to become a Catholic priest, but along the way, he got confused, or he found a lady who was totally irresistible, and he changed the course of his calling. So today, instead of him being a Catholic priest, he's now the husband that he is. So because you see, he digressed from the call, the original call. We have what we call the original call. Are you living your original call? Oh my goodness. Your future is unlimited only when you get involved. Your future is only unlimited only when you get, oh my goodness, only when you get involved. And as I conclude, in my conclusion remarks, allow me to say this. If your actions inspire others to dream more, run more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader. If your actions inspires others to dream, I believe I have made some of you people dream. I'm not marking my own composition, but I know even those people who have stayed here, I know you have spent money in terms of battles. You have spent your time listening to me. That is a clear testimony that whatever I was saying was resonating with you. And I thank God for all of you who have been put with me throughout this session. So if your actions inspire others to dream more, run more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader. This far, I have done it. I have seen people who have done well because of my advices. I met Mr. George Kenyua 15 years ago, and he can even share with you on my wall that I transformed his life. Thank you very much, Mr. George Kenyua. I thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Keman Joroge, Jeremy, because you are among the first to subscribe to Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. I salute you. Thank you so much, Madam SK. You are also an investor with us. We thank God for you, and you are such a nice person. You sing nice songs, and may God bless you. Thank you so much, Rebecca Waithera. Rebecca Waithera, you have been away for a long time. I thank God. Nikio I thank God for your remark, but you've been away from me, but I thank God. If you think you can do a thing, listen to this. If you think you can do a thing or think you can do a thing, you are right. Precisely. If you think you can do a thing or think you can do a thing, then you are right. The choice is yours. Make your choice. And then finally, as I conclude, the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the greater teacher inspires, by somebody called William Arthur Ward. The mediocre teacher tells, the mediocre teacher, note that, and underline the word the mediocre teacher. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, but the great teacher inspires. And then finally, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has happened. I believe with our Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, we shall turn around this world and become the people that God meant us to be. The choice is yours. I do not have to go any further now. I think I'll stop at that. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamau Wanderi. I always follow your program on Inoro FM with Wanderi Wamuturi. You are very inspiring. Keep up. Thank you so much for your compliments. Even those who want to complain, please go ahead and complain. Yesterday, I met somebody who said, Kebisha, we thank God for you. I will just mention his name because he's my friend and he's a very senior person in Kenya. Mr. Jeremiah Shaola, thank you. I thank God for you. I met you when I was quite young, 1992. And you held me by my hand. And you told me that sometimes I speak on the television with a lot of pride, but my pride is justifiable when you know where I've come from. For those who don't know where I've come from, you can get my book and read and get to know that God can do a lot of things. God can transform you. But in order for God to transform you, you must start by transforming yourself first. Change begins with you. If you want to see change in the nation, change begins with you. And with those many remarks, unless there's a pressing question, I think I'll just respond to Mr. Jared Akara. So Mr. Jared Akara, in order for me to respond to you how to pay yourself first, please kindly text me, inbox me on 0722 633 021. I'll also repeat it again, 0722 633 021. That will come directly to my phone. And I've got a number of phones because I had a lot of things. So you just text me and I'll be able to come back to you. For those people who are asking me whether I do consultations to people abroad, yes, what you do is that we agree with you what time to call, and you have to pay consultation fee of 5,000 shillings. I normally charge 5,000 shillings per hour. If you come to this office, you enter into this office through that door. Well, I'm trying to show you there. If you enter through that office, you first of all, I'm now going to explain. Yes. When you enter into this office, you enter through this door, you come and find these two ladies here who sit here. They'll actually issue with a receipt. But before you enter into my office, because this is basically my office, you can see wherever you are. That is my office. Before you enter into this office, you have to pay 5,000 shillings for consultation. That 5,000 includes, if I may mention,
That 5,000 is what we shall do what we call the file opening, which is 1,500. Then the 3,500 is for what we call the consultation. Any other subsequent hour, you pay 2,000 shillings. Likewise, those people who are actually out there and they have been doing it, if you want my services, we just book an appointment. We'll agree on the most appropriate time. I'll be able to tell you when I'll be available. You first of all send money to my M-Pesa number or to our till number, 827-269. This is our till number. Today I'm explaining to you, Adam. That's our till number. You can see comfortably, 827-269. Once you said that particular number, and we are fully licensed, we don't operate like quacks. You can see even the current. So we are fully registered by the government. So we are a recognized institution. Once you pay through our till number 827-269, I'll be able to allocate for you that 1 hour. Then after that, we can be able to discuss. Because I'm also in business. My family eats from my talking. So my biggest stock is talking. So my biggest stock is talking, if you get what I'm saying. So you have even, of course, having gone through the education system and having acquired what you have always been seeing on my display here, it took me a lot of time. So I am not proud, but I thank God for him having enabled me to go through all this. And that is why I'm saying that it is equally important that you also pay so that I can also be able to sustain my family. And it gives me a lot of joy and a lot of pride when I see myself there when I was graduating from Jomo Kenyatta University. I thank God for that. So in case of anything, please feel free to talk to me. I think I've spent a lot of time now trying to explain those points, but I think it is my hope and desire that I've impacted on somebody positively. If I've done that to you, may the name of God be glorified. If I have spoken something that might have hurt any one of you, a tongue is a small thing that can wreak havoc if badly handled, and that's why we say in our Lord's Prayer, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Kindly call me on 0722-633-021, or should you wish to call to book an appointment officially again, using what we call the modus operandi, the standard operating procedures, kindly call my executive personal assistant, Mrs. Mary Jogu, on 0713 53465. I have already told you that on Monday I have been booked. I'll be having about 8 people in my office from 8 to 8. So if you call me and I don't answer, I'll be busy helping Kenyans to become the people they were meant to be. Always a pleasure talking to you. I thank God for all of you. Thank you very much for tuning up. Thank you for your support. And for those who might have heard me for the first time and you've been wondering what is Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited is a group of people who have come together to pool resources together to help them have what we call the bargaining power and get the financial muscle to be able to subject this money to what we call diversified portfolio accounts to maximize returns on our investments. If you want to become a member, and I'm actually welcoming with open hearts, kindly drop us your email address, either on my phone number that I've given you, or either on 0722-633-021, or pay me a visit along Outer Ring Road in between Ora Petrol Station and Naivas Supermarket. But before you come book an appointment, you can even drop your email address through our company address, either questpinnacleinvestment@gmail.com or questpinnacleinvestment, there is no S, questpinnacleinvestment@gmail.com or paulkebisho@gmail.com or paulkebisho@gmail.com or info@panorama-consultants.com. Info@panorama-consultants.com will be able to serve you. Please, let's join hands. Let's invest. We also become the eminent people like those ones of Muranga who made it in life because they came together. Together, we prosper. Together, we prosper. Any questions regarding circles, talk to me. I'll give you the best circle to invest in. Any person desirous of bringing money on board for us to invest, as a team, we are already 165 people. We have only 35 people to go to make our bus full, our capacity full. Feel free to contact me. I'll be able to give you more information. And with those many remarks, because I think I have spoken for quite a long time. I have spoken for 1 hour, 8 minutes. I think I'll stop it at that. May God bless you. Always a pleasure talking to you. Let us continually engage. We can continually engage into what we call intellectual intercourse. Get my words correctly, Mr. Kimani Joroge. We can always engage ourselves into what we call intellectual intercourse and become the better people. Remember, pains, positive attitude in negative situations. Pains, positive attitude in negative situations. Organize now or agonize later. The choice is yours. We succeed not by chance, but by choice. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May the Almighty God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Have a good evening for those who are within the region called East Africa. We can wish those people going to work the best of their day today, and those who are actually waking up as well, we wish you the very best. May God bless you. Till we meet again. Shalom, shalom, shalom.